Hey YouTube, it's Osak again. How have you been? Hey, as you know by the title, today I'm gonna yak about this little baby right here. This is a Beretta Covert model Tomcat 3032. Okay, and it's chambered in the awesomely powerful 32 ACP Magnum. No, just kidding. It's 32 ACP. And it's not awesomely powerful. Matter of fact, a lot of folks would say that it's barely adequate for personal protection. I would say with the modern loadings that we now have, for example, the Underwood 55 grain Lehigh Defense, I think it's a Defender round, which is a copper solid with a little Phillips head screwdriver tip. I have them. I guess I could have pulled out a one to show you. I would say they're adequate. It penetrates about, from what I saw in the testing, about 16 inches, and creates a disruption, kind of like a hollow point, but you don't have to worry about it expanding. It just goes through and makes its little disruption and pokes in far enough to hurt things, and that's kind of what you need. So, and also from this particular platform, you can shoot it pretty dang well. It's big enough that, and the sights are good enough that you can actually place shots out to 15 yards pretty easily and beyond if you take your time. And definitely from here to 3 to 7 yards, very, very easy to place shots in the kill zone with this. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about it. Of course, it's a Beretta, and again, it's the Covert model because it has a threaded muzzle, which you can see here. Let me take the little thread protector or muzzle protector off. Unscrew, like that. Okay, so it's the standard, was it 25 by whatever? I can't remember the actual thread count. 25 by 9 or whatever. It's a standard one that most all of your pistols have, and most of your other firearms as well, so that it'll accept a standard suppressor if you want to use that. Okay. And of course, you know, the 32 ACP is a subsonic round, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll work well with your suppressors. The other nice thing about this for suppressors is that you don't need one with the I can't remember the name of the device that goes in the back of the ones that have a tilt or the Browning tilt barrel mechanism like normal pistols have. This one is a fixed barrel, as you can see here. So the barrel stays fixed, and then go back in there. And the slide, by the way, this is clear, okay? The slide reciprocates, but the barrel stays fixed. Yeah, because it is a blowback design, okay? And it does shoot. It does not have a magazine safety, so it will shoot out of battery without the magazine in place. Comes with one magazine, holds 7 rounds in the mag, so you can have 7 in the magazine. And then a lot of people like this function. I just showed you the tip up barrel, so you can have the barrel tip up, load a round in like that, close it, chamber, put your 7 rounds of magazine in there. Now I got a loaded gun with 8 rounds. All right, let me make it safe again. Again, here's the really cool thing about this. I tip the barrel up, round comes out, and it's safe. So I don't have to rack the slide. You don't ever have to rack the slide really for this, with this. Unless I guess it jams or something happens. All right, the other thing about that is that you can clean the barrel from the breech side, which makes it really easy to clean. Okay, like I said, it's a blowback action. It's a double action, single action. So the first trigger pull is long, hard, and stagey. Not a great trigger. But then after that, and it cycles. Your trigger is back, and then it's a nice trigger after that. It's it breaks cleanly, and it's not very heavy. I'd say maybe 5 pounds, something like that. And you know, it does have a manual safety. as you can see here. But again, you don't have to use that because of that long, hard trigger pull. Now, who would carry this, or what's it for? Right, it's for folks, I guess, if you really have a hard time racking a slide, and this tip-up barrel would be a really nice feature for somebody like that. You still have to have some strength to get the thing back down in there, but a lot of people would say it'd be easier to push on like that. It's not that hard. Than it would be to actually pull the slide back and rack it for a lot of people. Okay, so it's an option for that. For me personally, I bought this sticky holster, and as you can see here, it's a pocket holster, and it just slips right in here like that. Goes into your pocket, and when it's in your pocket, it just looks like a wallet or something. So for me, if there's a time, which doesn't happen very often, that I don't feel comfortable carrying my Glock 23, which is my everyday EDC, okay, for whatever reason, I have this as a backup, and it's something that I know that I can place shots out to 25 yards if I need to, if I take my time, but definitely at 15, 10, 7 very easily. Matter of fact, I did have it to the range, and I shot it just to make sure and give it a good test, and I wanted to see how how it would perform. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the picture of the target, one or two. I think I'll put a couple different versions, the first mag and the second mag there. It did have a bauble on the first mag, so I had a failure to feed on the first mag. The second mag was okay, and after that it was okay. So a little bit of break-in time, and I'm gonna shoot this quite a bit more before I actually carry it. Just want to confirm for myself that it's gonna be reliable. But it was reliable. I only had the one failure to feed, and that's very normal with a lot of pistols, that need a little bit of break-in. Okay, and this is one of those. The sights, as you can see, are defensive sights. Let me see if I can. It's always difficult to do this because everything's backwards. There you go. So you can see that they're adequate. If you're taking your time and shooting this at, like I said, 25 yards, you can hit and keep your rounds about on 6 inches or so if you take your time. Closer in, like at 15 yards, 3 inches, maybe 4. It kind of depends on how good your eyes are. My eyes kind of suck. I'm at that age to where when I'm looking down, I've got the glasses that have the multiple transitions going through them, so I gotta tip my head back to see the sights clearly. But I can generally draw a pretty good bead on it, and if if the trigger's decent, I can keep my groups fairly consistently small. So anyway, this is a nice little pistol. As far as recommending it, again, I recommend it for what I use it for personally, which is deep concealment. This is not what I would consider like your primary EDC, but for some people it will be, and that's fine. If you're maybe a lady that intends to carry this in her purse, I would much rather one of my female family members have this in her purse than nothing at all. And I would rather her have a 22 long rifle than nothing at all. Okay, and I do consider the 32 ACP to be a step up from 32 long rifle and even 32 Magnum, the 22 Magnum. Okay, 22 Magnum is not a bad defensive round, I think, especially in a revolver. It has like 8 shots. It's not a bad way to go, especially for, again, certain people. If that's your gig, that's fine. I would not want to get shot with any of those. I don't think you would either. So but this one is a center fire. It's going to be more reliable. And, again, with the high-tech modern ammo, you can get decent results, defensive bullet results out of these. They will penetrate enough. And if you just stick even just with the round nose 71 grain like I'm holding here, these will penetrate adequately. And they make a 32 caliber hole. So nothing huge. But they'll, like I said, be better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Or maybe not. That would hurt a lot. That would probably work really good, actually. But you don't have a sharp stick with you generally. People don't. So anyway, so that's the review on it. I talked about the trigger. The magazine release is back here. As you can see, it's kind of a here release. You wouldn't think that you would think that'd be really crappy, but if you look at where it sits, it stays out of the way when you're shooting, right? Nothing touches it. If you need to, it's not that hard to drop your finger down, your thumb down, and push it and release the mag. And just so you can see, the mags do fall right out. Okay. Now, as far as like slamming them back in, it's not great for that. There's no beveling or anything. It's not. I don't think a pistol like this is really intended to be reloaded. That's why they only give you one mag. But again, I went and bought an extra aftermarket. Not aftermarket. It's another Beretta mag. But I got another OEM mag because I like to have at least two. That's kind of a bare minimum for me for any pistol I own. And I like more generally than that. And so, but anyway, that's how that works. The grips are okay. They're a little slick, but not bad. It's got enough tactile, and the front is serrated, as you can see here. So you can hold on to it. But like I said, the trigger, long, stagey, gritty. It's not that great of a trigger on the first shot. But after it is loaded up, after the trigger's back, the single action trigger on this is not bad at all, and the reset is very short. So anyway, it's a good look on. As far as breakdown on it, I didn't cover that. It's very simple to take down. You just pop the barrel up, move it out of the way, and then you take the front of it, pull forward slightly. I like to cock it. Pull forward slightly on the front, and then it will lift go back slightly and then lift up, and then the slide comes out. It's starting to lift up, as you can see there. I don't know what the hell I did. It always does this when you're trying to show stuff online, So I don't know what I just did, but I push it back in. Anyway, it's not that hard. I just apparently did something wrong. Magazine's out. I don't know. Okay, anyway, that's the end of this vid. I gotta take some time to figure out how to discombobulate this. I think maybe, there we go. This goes forward. Okay. So, anyway, you go back, you lift up. Sorry. And then it will lift right out. See, it's not that bad. I'm just being kind of goofy. But that's what it looks like inside. And then to replace your slide, which you notice the barrel is there, it stays in place. You put it back onto the frame, drop it down, kind of at an angle like that, bring it down, clip it down in front, and then it's good at that point. Then you just put the barrel back down. Quick! For anyone see any more on the video. Anyway, see, I'm not perfect. So anyway, that's how that works, and thanks for watching again. I appreciate you all, and Happy New Year. Welcome 2025, and see you on the next vid. Take care.